Hell yeah. Wyatt begins in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, welcome to Wyatt. And I'm your host, Wyatt O'Brien Evans. Grrr, woof, goddammit, woof, 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 woof. Hi, hi to all my YouTubers out there. If you like what you hear, and if you like what you see, just click that subscribe button at the bottoms of your screen. Just click it, click it, click it, click it. I loves to click it. Yeah. Hi. We've got a very special epi of Wyatt. Our guest is Mr. Hartsel Clifton Shirley. He has just released a superb and sublime collection of music. It's titled A Place for Us. So let's get into it. So without further ado, Wyatt presents a bona fide multi-hyphenate, y'all. This brother is a columnist, an author, a poet, and songwriter performer, and he's one of my best friends. So let's welcome Mr. Hartsel Clifton Shirley. Talk
Hello.
at me. How the hell are ya?
I'm excellent. How about yourself?
I am doing great. And listen, thank you for stopping by, Wyatt.
My
It is
pleasure.
greatly appreciated, my brother. Okay, now, Mr.
Yes.
Shirley, Mr. Shirley,
Yes.
let me tell the audience your bio and your resume.
Okay.
First, as a columnist, you write the popular Heartstrings column for WyattEvans.com, which is the go-to destination for LGBTQ plus news, features, commentary, and entertainment. As an author, you've penned 2 books. One is 3 Words, 4 Letters. The other one is The Night Eddie Salas Died. And as a poet, you're a Bronze Prize winner of the International Society of Poets. And as a recording artist, you've charted #1 several times on the Reverb Nation pop music charts. And your work as a singer-songwriter is what we're going to focus on today. So without breaking your hand, patting yourself on the back, talk to me about all of that.
Well, I have always, from as early as I can remember, had an interest in music. Always been in music, played music. My dad played bass. His mother played piano, and
Wow.
her father played violin. So I was just surrounded by music as a child, and so growing up in the '70s, I grew up with some of the best music, and there was carryover from the '60s too. So some of the best music, and so I just could not escape it at all. And so, of course, being in chorus in church and in school all the way through school, it was just something that just it's like music is just like breathing. It's like air. It's essential.
Wonderful. Well, my man, you have a new music collection titled "A Place for Us."
Yes.
Now, let me tell you something. I had to say,
Okay.
I had to do that.
Okay.
A place for us is a gem. Now, the adjectives for it are inventive, eclectic, sublime, and compelling. I mean, everybody, Hartsel's collection has one hell of a energetic and engaging vibe. So, what say you? Tell us a little bit about A Place for Us.
A Place for Us is actually the title track, and I love that. I love the whole thing. It's one of those CDs that if you take a drive, it's one of that's really nice to drive to. And to me, that's one of the marks of a good music project. You can drive to it,
Absolutely.
and it's just real pleasant to drive to. A Place for Us, the song itself, is speaking about let's get away. We got all these cares. We got work. We got this. We got that. But let's just take a moment and steal away from all that and take some time for us. And
Got
so
it.
hopefully the whole CD gives you that same feel.
You know, you're absolutely right. It does. It's sublime. It's it's just a nice feel to it, a nice vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, now
And
before
then
we delve, go ahead.
and then with that, with that, you don't get just one genre of music. You don't get just one type. You get some rock, you get some rock ballad, you get an R&B ballad, you get this, you get pop, you get some of everything. So it's very very relatable. And that's one of the things I try to concentrate on when I
Mhm.
write the lyrics to anything, is for them to be relatable, present time,
So
relatable
another,
to where you are right now.
so in other words, a place for us has something for everybody.
Something for everybody.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I
Now
surprised
before,
myself on it even.
okay, before we delve deeper into a place for us
Okay.
and your intriguing musical career, let's sashay through the quarters of time so that we can learn all about your backstory
Oh,
because we at Wyatt are nosy like that.
okay.
So tell me, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Waterloo, Iowa, which I think also helps me helps musically because, like I said, in the '60s and '70s, I think we had AM radio. That's all we had.
Right.
And back then, they played everything. It wasn't, this is pop, this is rock, this is soul. It was all, they played everything from Dolly Parton to the
Uh-huh.
Temptations to Donna Summer. Parliament, Funkadelic. They played everything.
Mm, mm,
So I got a
mm.
good exposure to a whole lot of different kinds of music. The
From
Statler Brothers.
Dolly from Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 to One Nation Under a Groove by
Yes.
Funkadelic.
Or
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs by Dolly Parton is actually this song called Two Doors Down. But
I'm not familiar with that
oh,
one.
you'd have to
Okay.
hear it. But what I love about Dolly too is that she tells stories in her songs. She's like the consummate storytelling writer.
And as you know, Dolly wrote Whitney Houston's biggest hit from The Bodyguard.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
based on true experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Hartsel, Waterloo, they ain't a whole lot of black folks up in there,
Oh,
right?
don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. So Waterloo was actually known back in the day and to older folks as Little Chicago, and in part because
Oh.
of the Illinois Railroad line that came through there. So
Okay, yeah.
what happened is in the early 20s and in the 40s there were these big railroad strikes, and so
Mm.
the railroads would advertise on trees and anything they could post a sign on to get black folks to come up north to work because the
Right.
white folks had gone on strike. And so that brought a lot of folks from the south up to the north.
No, that was part of the Great Migration, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay. Right, right. The Great Migration. That was like the 20s through the 40s.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, brothers, sisters, what's up with that?
Brother says, oh, I got one sister. She's the youngest, and then I have three
Hmm.
brothers, and I'm the
So
eldest.
you're the eldest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love to ask my special guest this question, and I'm going to ask you, what was Hartzell like as a little boy, a little nipper?
Oh
Give
my.
us like three qualities, characteristics that best describe you.
Let's see here. I was lively, a little outspoken, and
Mm.
sensitive.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you outspoken about?
Oh, any and everything,
Mm.
any and everything, and at that time as a child, not afraid to say, you said, to adults, or to just blood out an opinion about a TV show, whether I knew what I was talking about or not. It had some kind of opinion.
Mm. Okay. I'm afraid of you.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, that's my
now,
temper though.
mm, what was your coming out process like? Did you have any angst? Were there complications, difficulties? You know.
Well, for me, it there was no coming out. There was no
Mm.
announcing anything to anybody at all. And my as I got older and thought about it, my stance was always, I am as I am, so I am out as much as I'm going to
Okay.
be out, and as much as I was out at the moment, whatever that was, like that's what it was. So there was no coming up. Although I did get introduced at 18 to the gay bar and to
Mm,
other folks of other same gender loving folks, and it
mm,
surprised me that there was even a gay bar in the town, and that there were some folks that I even knew,
mm. Okay.
because especially being in Iowa and being black, you're a minority, so you feel like you're the only one, or
Exactly.
you're the only one you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. I totally get that. Okay. Well, that was good,
yeah,
because so many of us have, really difficulties, complications, the whole
yeah,
angst,
right.
with the coming out process. So
Right.
that
And
worked well for,
part of what may have stemmed me even trying to do that is in high school. I think I was a freshman, and there was
uh-huh.
a white guy who was a senior, but he was battling big time with coming out, and he had gone to
Oh.
the gay bar, and he did a drag show, and somehow the next day, some folks somehow found out about it, and they gave him a horrible time, a really, really, really
Oh,
horrible time. I mean,
that's sad.
it was awful.
Oh man.
So of course,
Mm.
and then growing up, you hear derogatory terms like sissy and faggot and
Wow.
these thoughtless, harmful words, and you don't want to be that, and you don't
Yeah,
want to be called that. You don't be ostracized at all.
absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, college, university.
College. Well, the first time I went to college was because I didn't go to college right away after high school, because I was like, I'll probably see these same folks I went to junior high school, this grade school with them. Like I saw enough of them. And so I worked for a couple, yeah. So I worked for a couple of years, and then I ended up. One of my best friends was in college, and he was writing this paper for the psychology class.
Okay.
And I had to be over at his house while he was doing it, and he would say, "I'm just going to copy this and copy this." I said, "You can't copy that. That's plagiarism." So I said, "I'll write the paper here." So I wrote his paper for psychology class, and got an A.
Get out of
So
here.
I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and go start college. So the first time I went to college, and I took more classes than I should have, because I had no one really advising me. So I took,
Okay.
my gosh, I I overloaded in the first semester, and then I went to summer classes too. And then
Mm.
by the second year, I was like, okay, whew, let me step back a little bit. But I took so many classes, just because not knowing what I was supposed to be doing. But I did pretty darn well.
Mm. Okay. Now, let's jump into a place for us. Like it said, the collection man is
Yes.
superb. But before we even talk more about that, how
Okay.
did you, let's dig a little deeper about how you got into music, because I believe your dad was a huge influence,
Oh,
you know.
big time. He played bass, and he was actually self-taught on bass, and he actually started on
Really
piano. Yeah,
interesting.
he actually
Wow.
started on piano, but he had one of those teachers that when you don't do your lessons properly and you try to fake the lessons, you got hit with the ruler on the hands. And
Yeah.
that one time wasn't enough for him, so he dropped the piano and he eventually picked up bass. His father played some
Oh,
of everything. His father played drums, flute, clarinet, saxophone. My gosh, and he was in local bands around the town where my dad grew up. And then his mother, my grandmother, she played piano. And then
really?
her father, yeah, she played piano at some of everybody's church, and she could actually read music. And my her father actually played violin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So music was
What
always there. And
you
my aunt, my dad's younger sister, actually put out a couple records back in the early '60s
really under what name?
under, oh gosh, they believe it's Johnny Elby.
Interesting. So music is a family tradition for you
Family,
guys.
big time, big time, big time, big time. Can't live without it. Couldn't get around it.
Wow. Well, what? what professional artists have influenced you the most and why?
Wow, wow. Okay, so the first one was actually the group Rufus and Shaka Khan.
Yes, yes,
Love
yeah.
them to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Never got to see them in concert, and I'm feeling some kind of way about that. I think they need to get together. For those of us who did not get to see them, just put out a song, you know. But then of course it became Shaka herself,
Right.
and there was just something about her voice and her seemingly fearless execution of a song. I mean, she wasn't afraid to try for some low notes, lower than her range, and she surely was not scared of any high notes.
Mm-mm.
And then there was Donna Summer.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes, and she was my first crush.
Mm.
Oh, I just thought she was the most beautiful thing I ever saw.
Hot stuff, bad girls.
Hot stuff, bad girls. She worked
So
hard for
many.
the money. Oh, yes, but she had just such a beautiful voice. Just just a unique sound that was all hers. And the same thing with Shaka,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't sound like anybody else. So
That's true.
that was that original quality that they had that was just hooked me.
Let me tell you a quick story about Shaka
Okay,
Khan. When she and Rufus were at their height, they were at the Capitol Center in Maryland. The Capitol Center is no longer with us. So
okay,
anyway, at that time she was like spaced out on drugs. So anyway, she gets up there and in the middle of one of her songs, she just like stops and she does this and she says, "I'm on the teleprompter. I'm on the teleprompter. Oh my God." And she just went on and on for like a couple of minutes with that. And people are saying, yeah, this broad's on drugs.
yeah, yeah. But even in all that drug abuse, which
Mhm.
she makes no bones about, she still maintained her voice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even had a period where she had to have a surgery where she could not talk for 2 weeks. Can you
I
imagine?
remember that.
Can you imagine not being able to, not even being able to cuss somebody out for 2 weeks?
She did a lot of cussing too,
And she did a lot of cussing.
but she is such an icon.
Right,
She's an icon.
right.
Okay,
Yes.
describe for us, Mr. Shirley, your creative process behind A Place for Us. How long did it take from inception to completion? How
Wow.
did each song come about?
Okay. Um, I'll back up some with how I got with the producer.
Okay.
So there is a gentleman here named Anthony McWilliams whose stage name is Anthony Antoine. Some of you may know of him, and he was with it was Anthony Antoine and the Deaf Boys, I think, back in the '90s. And Anthony had put out some music over the years, and when I met him, I was just completely just like, whoa, this is a black gay artist that I'm meeting in person for real, and coming from Iowa, I was like, get out of here, So I
Yeah.
I befriended him, and then after some years, um, I was reading his credits on his CDs, and I was like, oh wow, his producer must be here somewhere too. I just
Mm-hmm.
guessed, and so it took me about 2 weeks to work up the nerve to ask Anthony about his producer.
Oh, okay.
Then once he actually did give me the producer's name and his phone number and everything, which he did very freely, it took me about another 2 weeks to work up the nerve to actually hit up the producer because I'm like, who is he's gonna be like, who is it? Who the hell is this? Hitting me up,
Right,
wanting to
right.
do something. But when I did, he was extremely receptive, and
Oh,
we
that's good.
met. And he got excited on the phone talking to me, and so we met, and then um, we very shortly after that we started crafting the first project. But
Yeah.
for A Place for Us, we have a beautiful working relationship. I mean, absolutely, I could not ask for a better producer. He is one of those ones who is like Inspector 12, I think it was, Inspector 9. He lets nothing go until his passes his inspection. So,
I like that.
which for me, it feels like laying eggs. Like, oh gosh, come on here. But um, how it works. It works is he has all the music that he's done, and he will sit down and listen. He'll say, "What do you think about this track? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this?" And I say, "Okay, yeah, let's try this. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this." And so then I get this music, and then I have to think and live and let things come to me as they do. Like, as a matter of fact, I was at work when the words for the song on this song called Take It Back on the project came to me, and I was like, I have this music and I can't think of anything to do, and I generally write about love because that's what
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs, that's what everybody wants, whether they admit it or not.
Love, love, love,
Yeah,
love.
you
Yeah.
can't lose writing about it, even angsty.
LUV love.
Yes. And so I was at work, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's it's gonna be another love song. So
Mm-hmm.
I kept thinking, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's it. That's a start. So it's another love song. That's the first line
Ah,
to. So that's the first line to one of the songs.
very, very
Yeah.
interesting.
So
Ah.
I just listen for the music and for the what is going on with me at the time. What
Mm-hmm.
is and sometimes I actually just take it from the title of the track that he gave me and work from
Mm-hmm.
there. So a place for us actually was called a place for us, and then I just worked with that.
Hmm. Well, how long did it take you to complete it from inception to,
Oh
you
gosh,
know?
wow, oh wow. I'm gonna say it probably took a year ish
Okay.
because of him moving, uh,
Oh, okay.
and COVID got in the way some a bit too because that meant we could not be together recording for a
Yeah.
while,
Right,
and
right.
so um, I would say a year because it was I probably chose more than 10 tracks, but although the 10 just made it to the CD, so it took probably a year.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, cool.
Let alone the time
Okay.
it took him to mix everything and do all the stuff that the wonderful production stuff that he does. Because, like I said,
Mhm.
he lets nothing go until he meets his approval. So
I like that. I
yeah,
like that. I mean,
yeah,
he's dedicated and he's
dedicated very much,
committed.
and
Committed.
so talented, so ridiculously talented. As a matter of fact, now this time around, a lot of the songs on this project have videos, which I didn't have before.
Ah, you know
So
what and you read my mind because we're going to play two videos of two of the songs. So we have It's
and
Okay.
when you
Go
do
ahead.
these songs are actually not on a place for us. Um,
Oh.
one
Oh.
song, one song is from the first project, which was called "Stay with Me," but I decided to go ahead and put this song out because I
Okay.
can do a video to it. But the other song is from a forthcoming project.
Oh, excuse me. Well, listen. Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's which one should we play first?
Um, we'll just go with the one that's most recent here. We'll go with "She's Working Me."
Okay, I tell you what, let's play it now.
Okay,
And after it's over, give us commentary
all right,
if we can do that.
sure thing.
Okay, so again, the name of it is
She's working me.
okay, y'all. Here is She's Working Me.
Maybe it's her smile. she'll give me play. That would be cool, cool. She don't even know that she working me. She don't even know that she working me. She don't even know that she working me. And it's cool. Maybe she'll take a chance. Maybe we could dance. Maybe this is romance. That would be cool, cool. She don't even know that she working me. She don't even know that she working me. She don't even know that she working me. And it's cool. I like it, I like it, I really, really like it. So if it's cool, let me rock it, roll it. If it's cool, and if it's cool, let me move it, groove it. If it's cool. She don't even know that she working me. She don't even know that she working me. She don't even know that she working me. And it's cool. She don't even know that she working me. Come on and work me, honey. She don't even know that she working me. Come on and work me. She don't even know that she working me. Come on and work me, honey. Come on and work.
So great. I love that. She's working me. So, Mr.
Yes.
Shirley,
Okay.
what does it mean? Tell us about it.
Okay. So on that first project, Stay With Me, there's She's
Mhm.
Working Me and there's He's Working Me. He's Working
Mm.
Me was the original idea, which came from I was down here at Five Points at the train station, and I happened to look down this way, and there was this dude who was just standing there, just being himself, waiting for the train like I was, and he was so handsome.
Mm.
And I thought to myself, he has no idea that he is working me, just
Mm,
standing,
baby.
just looking so fine, being himself.
Mm,
And
baby,
so
baby, baby.
yeah, and so that is how He's Working Me came about. And so to
Okay.
be fair gender wise and to not exclude anyone, I recutted the same song using She's Working Me in the chorus and changing
Oh,
changing hymns to hers and that kind of thing. So to be
okay.
inclusive.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are Mr. Wonderful.
I try. I try. I try.
Ah, okay, what's the next one?
The next one is also the next one is actually an EDM, which stands for electronic dance music. And that song is actually on the first project, Stay With Me, as well. And it's called It's Okay. Now, that song actually has I have a t shirt that I made for it as well that you can get on
Mm-hmm.
Custom Ink. But the song actually came because of the post Orlando shootings.
Oh,
And
okay.
at that time, I had the music and I was trying to work it out lyrically. And the sentiment was it's okay to be you. You have a right,
Mm.
and the course says you got a right to be here. You have a right to no fear. Go on and be yourself, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
those folks at that club, and they were just out being themselves in a place where they could be themselves.
Absolutely.
And probably one of the probably maybe for some of them the only safe space they had. And here comes someone invading that, and the whole thing just really it crushed me, because it could easily be any of us going to the bar, just going to the club, going to the park, just to have to our safe space to be us, and something like that happens.
Yeah.
And so Anthony Antoine was happy to be with my producer, my excellent battle producer. I'm going to say his name, Jay Forte. I love his name. He was starting to do the mix down on it, and Anthony actually heard it, and he was like, "Man, ask him if I can be on this track. Ask him if I can do a rap on it." And I was like, "What? Heck yes, he can do a rap on it. My gosh, he is a star as far as I'm concerned. You know, he actually was on MTV. He was out there. Of course, he can. Of course, by all means." And so Anthony added this beautiful rap to it that just fits so perfectly well. And then Jay Forte actually added some fill background vocals in it that are just absolutely perfect. It's one of these songs that I call like it's just perfection, because all of our talent came together really well in this song. And so the EDM is an electronic dance remix of the original version, which I think is pretty darn catchy, and the video is beautiful.
Well, let us play the video. It's okay.
Yes.
Great. I like it. I like it. Did you want to say anything else about It's Okay before we move on, Mr. Shirley?
Um, just like the chorus says, it's okay. Be
Mhm.
yourself. As a matter of fact, when people who talk about you being you, they say what they want to say without any regard to you.
Mhm.
Why should you put that much thought into what they say? Go ahead and be yourself.
Absolutely.
They're being themselves without any regard, without any care. You can too.
Mhm. All right. Now, I've got two announcements before we continue on. The first one, everybody, is that my sometimes part time sidekick, Madam Pussy Galore, Cockadoodle Doo, Drag Queen Supreme, makes her grand return in a few weeks. So you got to look for her because she's been away for a while and she's got so many stories to tell.
Oh boy.
Yes,
Okay.
she's coming back.
Okay.
Number two, Hartsel, you have the privilege of helping me usher in my brand new segment on Wyatt. I said Wyatt. You know what it's called?
Boy.
It's called it's called TSZ, the sex zone, y'all, the sex zone. It's three rather nasty, salacious, and sexy questions that I pose to my special guest, and that happens to be you right now.
Oh my gosh. Let me take a good sip.
Yeah, you're gonna need to take a good sip on this one, my brother. Yeah, right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
The drum roll, please.
Welcome to the sex zone.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. You ready? Okay. Number one, we all know that kissing is so important. It enhances the sexual experience. So let me ask you, what things are important in kissing that curls your toes? What do you need about a kiss that would curl your freaking toes?
Wow. Um, I would say a good setting. A good setting.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it. I would say a good a good setting. Maybe some wine. Um, and someone who takes the time with the kiss.
Mm.
Doesn't rush into it, but it's a slow, intentional meaning of the lips.
Mm. I like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
like I
my turn.
I
Yeah.
have to kiss you. I want to kiss you. I'm going to kiss you. We're going to
Ooh.
kiss, and we're going to enjoy this kiss. And I'm going
Mm.
to tell you everything that I cannot say with words with this
Mm.
kiss.
Mm. Mm. So, I copy all that. So you're saying technique is very important.
Technique is important because it conveys how you feel,
Okay.
your attraction, your your passion, your intent, your it says what words don't say.
Mm. I like that. Okay. Now, for me, I copy all that, but I need two other things. You know what they are?
What's that?
I need lips that are not all screwed up. They got to be smooth. They got to have chapstick on them.
Huh? Okay. Okay.
And the breath can't be stanky. We cannot have stanky breath.
Of course. Of course.
There you go.
Of course.
Okay. Now, number two, if the sex god said to you, Hartsel,
Mm.
Hartsel, you can only have one thing done to your chocolate sausage, your stiff big whopper, and we ain't talking Burger King. You got two choices. One, you get it sucked and swallowed, or B, your boy is squatting all the way down on it, like riding that thing. So, if you could only have one of them things, what would it
Oh
be?
gosh. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am a absolute huge fan of head. It was my first sexual experience, and from there to now, it has remained top of the list.
Mm.
It is something that can make my toes curl.
Mm.
It is something that can make my legs shake.
Mm.
It is something that will make me holler
Mm.
and forget
Makes
about
you
the neighbors.
makes you wanna holla.
And forget about the neighbors.
Okay. Woo.
Mhm.
Well,
Right.
you know, I have to copy that. I have no more to add. I totally agree with you. Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
You know what? You're doing pretty well with this. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, last question.
Oh boy.
Okay. Let's say, okay, let me put it to you like this. Which two men, past, present, famous, not famous,
Mhm.
would you like to have a threesome with?
Threesome.
Yes. And what would be the first thing you would have them do to you?
Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious.
Ah!
I hadn't thought about putting any of them together with for the other folks. It was always just me and them. but wow. Well. There's definitely a good handful of guys. Definitely a good handful of guys.
Well, we're
Langston,
waiting. We're waiting.
Langston Hughes was so gorgeous to me.
Yeah, it was.
I would have kissed Langston. I would have drank the bathwater from his feet.
Mm,
Oh my
mm,
gosh, he was freaking gorgeous.
mm. Okay.
Um,
Langston Hughes. Okay.
Langston
And
Hughes. Marvin Gaye was so gorgeous too. Young
mm-hmm.
Marvin Gaye and older Marvin Gaye, just wow,
Yeah.
ridiculously handsome, just
Yes,
handsome as
yes.
he could possibly be.
Mm. Yeah,
Oh
that's true.
gosh, oh my word.
Okay. And what would you have them do to you?
Oh
The
oh
first
god.
thing, the first thing.
First thing, actually, it would be some kind of wonderful to feel the arms around me.
Oh, ain't we romantic?
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta have some romance in there, at least a drop, you know.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
this little piece of it, you know.
I get it. I get
But
it.
Martin Luther King actually had beautiful lips, so I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, he
I just
did.
would have kissed him until
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 eternity,
yeah,
until infinity.
and beyond.
And
Okay.
beyond, listen, put a ring, like Beyonce, put a ring on it.
Oh yeah, I don't need a ring. These are the rings right here. They. Mhm.
Okay, now
Yes.
with me it would be the men of the haves and the have-nots, right? It
Okay.
would be Tyler Lepley who played Benny,
Okay.
and then it would be Peter Parrow's daddy, Peter Parrows, who played David.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. And the first thing, the first thing I would have them to do is to do a very slow strip tease.
Yes. Goodness
Yes.
gracious.
Yes, I'm sitting in this reclining chair and they're doing this strip tease and then they're coming closer towards me, just closer and closer and closer and
Uh-huh.
closer and
Uh-huh.
closer. And I'll stop right there. I'll make that my new novel.
Okay.
The
Okay.
title will be Closer and Closer and
Right.
Closer.
Right. Right. As a matter of fact, it reminds me of the I think it's the third song on my A Place for Us CD, where
Ah,
the song is called "Linger," and
right. Yeah,
yeah,
linger.
yes,
Yeah.
kiss me now and let it linger.
I love that. I love the word linger. Yes,
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 yes.
yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for kicking off the sex zone. I greatly appreciate that.
Okay, that was rather tame. So,
Yes, it was. See, you
although
survived it.
you
Yes,
you
sir.
painted a picture in my mind with how you were describing what you wanted, I was like, goodness gracious.
Because I
So,
wanted to scurry you. I wanted to scurry you.
oh no, it didn't scare me. It scared me.
Mm.
It drew me in, and my gosh, yeah, closer,
Okay.
closer.
Okay, let's return to your music. What's it like being in the industry?
Well, you know what? I had read how many books, especially Motown stories, about how it was for them in the music industry, and the industry has
Uh,
changed so much now that um, it's not like it was back in the day. And some people say it's easy to get into the industry, and it's easy. It's not as easy as they want to tell you because they're already in it.
I believe that.
Um,
Right.
it's definitely a pay to play, and then when you're what I am is as an independent artist, it's a pay to play, and even for
Hmm.
them, it was a pay to play because the record label paid for them to be played. So
That's
right
right.
now,
Payola.
yeah,
Payola. Hmm.
and Payola didn't die.
Right.
It just looks different now, quite different. But
Hmm.
actually having a physical product and actually having people who are following me on Spotify and Apple and all the other forms of way to get music now and YouTube. Um,
Hmm.
it's but although I have not reached the status of a celebrity or a celebrita, it's still pretty darn cool because I have a physical product. I actually did this. I actually wrote these songs. It's actually my voice.
Hmm.
I did all the vocals
Hmm.
on this. This
Right.
is my contribution to the music world and to the world.
Absolutely. And I've researched your social media numbers, and I mean, you've got followers, man, in the thousands and thousands.
Yeah. So I was looking at my the number of streams that the Place for Us has gotten, and
Hmm.
if I were getting paid like they do in the record industry, I'd be sitting pretty darn pretty right now because I've almost got close to I think 350,000 or maybe even 400,000 streams. That's for the
That
whole album.
that's incredible.
Yeah,
Congratulations on that.
yeah. So
Wow.
if I had sold 500,000 copies on a label, that'd be a gold record.
It sure would be.
Yeah.
Right.
So not too bad for an independent artist funding this thing himself. You know.
Not too shabby at all. And you've got,
Yeah,
man, you've got a lot to be proud of.
yeah.
So, where can we purchase A Place for Us and the rest of your music and your books?
A
All of
place,
it.
a place for us and Stay with Me are on Amazon. You can definitely get them on Amazon. You
Okay.
can get them just about anywhere that streams music. Deezer, Apple, you name the place. iHeart, it's there. You can get it.
Okay.
For the books,
Hmm.
the night Eddie Salas died, you can get it at lulu.com. That's lulu.com.
Hmm.
And three words for letters. I just found out that the website for three letters for letters is still up, and I didn't know it.
No,
So
that's good.
yeah, so I'm actually going to revamp that website so that you can get all the products that I have in one place. So
That's a good idea.
the hopefully the name of the website will be hartselentertainment.com.
I like that.
It'll cover everything that I have to offer.
Mm.
Look for that before the year is over.
Well, what else do you have on tap for the rest of this year into 2024?
Glad you asked. So, one of the hyphens that I have that was not mentioned is that I'm actually a certified personal trainer, twice certified personal trainer. And
Oh,
so, one
okay.
of the products that I'm going to start working on in November, hopefully get out in December because it can't be done that fast, is a fitness project where we're going to take 15 minutes and we're going to exercise, and you're going to enjoy it,
Hmm.
and you're going to
Right.
be ready for next year, and you're going to be ready, and it's going to be. You have 15 minutes in a day's time. Don't lie to me and don't lie to yourself. You can do this. It's going to be easy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be doable.
So, in other words, it'll get you ready for that threesome.
Gotta get well. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can say that. Yeah, wank.
I mean, get that bedroom body ready for that threesome. You
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, and because it's primarily for the heart, but it's overall for the whole body as well. Um, you, the most important muscle in your body is the heart, and if it
Hmm.
can't get blood out to the rest of your body, then we have problems. So if you get your heart in shape,
Hmm.
it's going to be better for you. You're going to have more stamina.
So, in other words, after the completion of your course, even you too can do that slow strip search, that
Yeah,
slow striptease search too. But you
yeah.
too can do that slow striptease.
Yes, you can. Or you'll feel more
Mm,
confident doing it.
that's good too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. How can we follow you and connect with you? Give us all of your social media.
Okay, I am on Facebook. If you hit me up, I will answer. You can hit me up by email, hartselshirley@gmail.com. I will respond. You can see me on Instagram, Hartsel C. Shirley. You can get me on Twitter, or X, now X, Hartsel C. Shirley. You can get me on YouTube and make a comment on one of my songs. And I respond to everybody who makes a comment about my songs. And I appreciate you
Mhm.
taking the time to listen to my songs greatly. So,
All right.
and if you can contact Wyatt and get to me,
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
maybe even for a threesome. Why?
oh, you know what? Yeah, that would be good. But
Oh, well, see, that was just an ad lib right there. But but hey,
hey,
but hey, but
you gotta
hey,
have you have to have an open mind about things. You know what I
yes, you
mean?
do. And
Yes, you do.
you never know what making contact with folks can lead to.
That's true.
Like me actually having a physical CD, working with a producer.
Mm. That gives us a lot of food for thought.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Mr. Hartsel Clifton Shirley, thank you for stopping by. Wyatt, man, it's been a delight. I appreciate
Definitely.
you.
Likewise, likewise. Always a
Mm.
pleasure and always a surprise, but always good.
So surprises are good.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Keep you on your toes.
that oh yeah, and curl them too. All right.
Yes.
Be
Oh,
good.
always. I'm always good.
Yeah. So y'all, there you have it. You can find the official Wyatt podcast page at wyattevans.com, the go-to destination for LGBTQ plus news, features, commentary, and entertainment. Wyattevans.com is visited by more than 100 countries on the regular. All I can say to that is, hey, baby. And at wyattevans.com, you'll find my smoking hot, HAWT hot, Nothing Can Tear Us Apart series of novels. And as you just saw on the top, the newest installment is called Shattered. I said Shattered. And y'all, Shattered is full of action, danger, intrigue, sexually charged situations, passion, and all of the wonderful elements that you're used to in the Nothing Can Tear Us Apart series of novels. So get your new copy of Shattered. Now you can follow me, your host, Wyatt O'Brien Evans, all across social media, and poof is right there for you to peruse, like TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any comments or whatever, you can hit me up at wyattonair@gmail.com. So until next time, y'all, woof, goddammit, woof, 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 woof. I said woof.